if this is your first time with me, I am a Christian homeschooling, homesteading mama of 6 little ones. I have a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, and an 11-year-old. And this is my kindergarten review. So for math, we use Masterbooks, a Lessons for a Living Education. I loved Masterbooks for kindergarten. My son flew through this. I don't know if he's a genius or it's an easy book, but he flew through this. And we loved it. I was so impressed. So it is Charlotte Mason inspired. So each week it has stories about these adorable little children, Charlotte and Charlie, and their adventures in learning math through life. It goes on all their adventures, and their parents teach them about math, and it even moves into their grandparents in some of the stories and all of their adventures together. It's biblically based, so they're have virtue and character lessons and scripture, and they pray, and I loved this. It was truly beautiful. I regret nothing about choosing Masterbooks for kindergarten, and I highly recommend it. Absolutely beautiful. So it does leave a lot to the teacher to teach, but in kindergarten, that's pretty brainless, right? So absolutely loved it. You read the stories, you do the activities. Like I said, my son loved it, which that's what we're going for. And he is so excited to go to first grade and finish everything. So highly recommend that for math. And for phonics and reading, unlike every other grade, I didn't use BJU, I used Horizons. Now, in the beginning, whenever I started out homeschooling, we used Horizons, and I loved it, but then you start looking at all the other different curriculums, and you're like, ooh, maybe that one's better. The grass is always greener on the other side, but I loved it so much for kindergarten that I didn't want to sway from it, and I'm glad I didn't, because just like with Masterbooks, for math, my son, my kindergartner, loved this. The pages are bright and colorful, and he was excited to do it, although not as much as math. He really loved math, but that's probably just my kiddo. But really good. It is driven. Some people say the Horizons curriculum is faster paced than other curriculums. I don't know if I felt that with this. I felt it was right on point. Again, Alpha and Omega Publishing, a Christian book. It was really good. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. All the pictures and the repetitiveness, and it is self-driven. You don't have to help a lot. They're able to do a lot, even though he didn't start out being able to read well. He knew a little bit. He was able to do a lot of this with very little from me. And I just enjoyed sitting down and doing this with him. So Horizons for phonics and reading. And just like with the other grades, Positive Action. So his book is falling apart here. Positive Action Bible Curriculum. Absolutely love it. This is the first one. I don't know if they have one for preschool or not, but they might. But this is the kindergarten one, Learning About God. It is colorful, it is beautiful. In the back it says, in this study, kindergartners will learn about God through the lives of major characters throughout the Bible, with activities designed to reinforce lessons from the teacher's manual. This colorful workbook can help students comprehend and reflect God's truth. So it says, positive action for Christ exists to help teachers magnify the majesty of God. So what I love about it is it's just not regurgitation of facts and scripture, which is wonderful, but it actually makes you dive deeper into the character of God and building a relationship with Him. This is obviously one of the foundation books to that curriculum, very important. I didn't buy the teacher's manual. I don't really feel like you have to, especially for these lower grades. So this is just starting out learning about different characters in the Bible, and just flipping through here, different character traits and such that are good to have. But a lot of the basic stories, Daniel the lion's den I just saw, and Jonah, a lot of kind of cut and paste and artsy things going on in here, really good for a kindergartner. Love this, highly recommend this curriculum. I love, like I said, that it kindles the fire in them to delve into a relationship with God and not just the regurgitation of facts. So, and also we had so much of this. This was 2 that was in his cubby. I just pulled out. But we always buy all the little books, all the little Dollar Tree books, you know, shapes and beginning sounds. And that's always in his little, we have cubbies. So that was in his cubby. And just like with my other children, they had all the history coloring books because we like to sit around, and while I'm making a meal or something, they sit and they bond and they color and they talk about different topics. And it works for kindergartners, and it worked for my 5th grade 10-year-old. So, you know, because they like to color too. So I had those. And for history, we use the Masterbooks as well, A Living History of Our World. It is a 3-book set. And this is book 1, America's Story. I love it. We sit down at night and we read it together in storybook form, and we look at all the historical pictures, and my little kindergartner sits down and he tries to answer the questions at the end and beat his older siblings, and sometimes he surprises us all, even though he is wiggly. But even though he's a wiggly kindergartner, this book grips his attention, and it doesn't have to be hard, and you don't have to take it you don't have to do all the extra, right? You can just read through it. It has a starting point. It has 2 questions that you're looking for in the story. You read the story, you look at the timeline that continues throughout the book and the historical pictures, and at the end it has the answers to the 2 questions you began with. And it is simple, and it is beautiful, and it is Charlotte Mason inspired, and it is just a lovely way. It works for 5th graders, 6th graders, down to kindergarten, probably even older grades, because you can, like I said, there's deep information and then there's basic information. They can just glean what they glean as they age, and we hope to continue with this series throughout the years, just repeating it and hiding the history in their hearts. And like I said, also one of the things I love about it is they are an evangelical Christian company. They love God, and it is biblically based. And then, of course, this was in his cubby too, so I went ahead and pulled it out. Osborne's Fingerprint Animals. He loves this. My taught school 3-year-old loved hers as well. It was adorable. So, and I loved it. His little fingerprints are all over everything, and he got to do all the little things with it. I'll have to buy more of those. So we incorporated all the arts and crafts and the science things and the science kits, and we do a lot as a family. Like I said, we are Charlotte Mason inspired, so we do a lot of reading together. We have morning time, we have book baskets. That'll be another video. But this was the basics of my kindergartner's curriculum, his English, his math, what we did as a family for history. And I loved it. I am excited for next year. I loved the choices that we made for last year. Some things I would tweak in the older grades, but the younger grades I was very satisfied with. They learned well, mission accomplished. But next year is going to be special. I think it'll be a year that they remember forever as a really special family time. And I am so excited to live it out with them, and I am excited to show you what we're going to do soon. Like I've said in other videos, we do year-round school, but we do take a rest and a pause and a reset during summer before we start the next year, so we can start fresh. We just finished last year at the end of July. I do usually like to start back at the beginning of August or sometimes July when we finish earlier. This year it's going to be a little bit later, and I actually was a bit anxious about that because I was like, oh my goodness, I should be starting earlier, and I should be sharing videos with you about it so that help you choose your books as well, to glean off of what I've learned. But I'm just not there. Like I said, we're having a rest and a reset. We will be starting back towards the end of August, and I am still waiting on different books to come in the mail. And when they do, I will share our choices for next year with you. So we are just having, like I said, a moment of rest. God's been speaking to me about having more merry moments in our life. So we are always cleaning and doing all of the things. It is important to me to have a clean house. So we have messy moments, many messy moments, but our house is clean in the morning and it's clean when we go to bed. And I'm the kind of person that if it doesn't look like it is a picture in a magazine, I can't sleep well. But I feel like God has told us, to me specifically, to just rest. So we will be incorporating one little tidbit next year. We're going to have Mary mornings. So in our morning time, we are just going to start with, we always did devotions and read our Bible, but we are just going to pause and we are going to lean into Jesus, and I am going to teach them just to rest and soak in God in the morning, to take that time before all the busyness, before our schedules, because I have lists. My lists have lists, but we are just going to lean into God, and we are going to delve deeper into our relationship with Him. And I am just so excited for next year, and I'm excited to bring you along with us and show you what I have chosen. And it's going to be a really exciting year next year. So if you would like to see some of my other grades, I have first grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade linked at the end, and I will be doing a tot video coming up because we have tot school for our littles, and that will be coming soon. Until next time, please like and subscribe and comment below, because I would love to get to know you. I am truly, genuinely interested in your life. I want to know you. So leave a comment and let's chat. Bye.